There are literally hundreds of water filters you can reduce fluoride in your drinking water, but which ones are actually the best? In this video, I'm going to show you 8 systems that completely eliminated fluoride in our drinking water and ranked highly overall in our data-driven scoring system. Coming in at the top of our list is the AquaTru with an overall score of 9.54. The system uses reverse osmosis, which is one of the most thorough methods of water purification and targets a broad range of contaminants more effectively than non-RO systems. In our testing, it eliminated 100% of fluoride, as well as all the other contaminants with possible health effects detected in our water, including lead, uranium, strontium, molybdenum, and barium. It's IATMO certified to NSF standards 42, 53, 58, 401, and P473 for the reduction of all 83 contaminants listed on their performance data sheet. The only system out of all those we've tested that's certified for 100% of all the contaminants they claim to reduce. Combined, these factors make up its overall contaminant reduction category score of 9.91. And by the way, guys, you can find links to all the products I discussed throughout the video down in the description. The AquaTru got a lower score of 7 for its slightly slow filtration rate of 0.08 gallons per minute, which is on the lower end for pressurized systems. The unit's clean water tank is made of Triton plastic, and it's certified for material safety, which combined to achieve a 9.7 in the design category. While not a ranking factor in the current version of our scoring system, I want to quickly touch on reverse osmosis recovery rate. Wastewater is a side effect of the RO process, and conventional RO systems are known for being inefficient and wasteful. The AquaTru, by contrast, is the most efficient countertop RO system we've tested, with a 75% recovery rate, meaning that for every 4 gallons of water purified, it only wastes 1. One big advantage of countertop RO units like this is that they don't require invasive installation and they can be set up and ready to go in minutes. It's a plug-and-play machine that arrived partially assembled, and there's no difficult filter priming process. You just have to filter 4 tanks of water through the system before you start using it. This ease of use achieved a top score of 10 for setup, and maintenance is easy and surprisingly affordable given that there are multiple filters to replace, costing just 11 cents per gallon, which is one of the most affordable systems we've tested to date. This helped it to secure a high 9.75 in the maintenance category. AquaTru offer a pretty standard 1-year warranty, but you can pay $50 for an extended 3-year warranty. It ships free to all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico and Canada, so it gets top points in this category. They offer a 30-day trial period, so if you don't like it, you can return it for a full refund within that time frame. You just have to pay the return shipping fees. These 3 criteria combined to award the AquaTru with an 8.8 in the company category. There's also the AquaTru Carafe, which uses the same combination of filters and has the same performance and design certifications as the full-sized unit. The difference is that this one is smaller and slimmer and collects the purified water in a half-gallon glass carafe rather than a 3/4 gallon Triton plastic storage tank. You might prefer this system if you want the benefits of the full-sized AquaTru, but from a unit with a smaller footprint that's going to take up less counter space. It's also about $100 cheaper than the larger unit as well. But if you're interested in the AquaTru with the Wi-Fi app connection, you'll have to skip the carafe since this is a feature that's only available in the classic version. Now, if you're able to install a more permanent solution in your home, you may want to consider an under-sink reverse osmosis system. The Cloud RO comes in close behind the AquaTru with an impressive overall score of 9.25. Being an RO system, you're going to get that same broad contaminant reduction and high-quality purified water. It's a conventional unit with a storage tank, with water dispensed on demand from a dedicated faucet. Like the AquaTru, it performed exceptionally well in our water quality testing, removing 100% of fluoride, as well as chloroform, bromodichloromethane, aluminum, copper, manganese, molybdenum, and strontium. It also greatly reduced barium and sulfate, plus the built-in remineralization filter added healthy minerals back in and boosted the pH of the purified water to 9.7. The Cloud RO is performance certified by the NSF to standard 58 for reverse osmosis TDS reduction. This helped boost its overall contaminant reduction score to an impressive 9.42. It got an 8 8.5 for its 80 gallons per day production rate, which should be sufficient for most average households without excessive daily water requirements. The purified water gets stored ready to use in a 3.2 gallon tank and dispensed straight from the faucet, which means no waiting around for filtration to take place like you do with a countertop RO. The tank gets replenished every time you turn on the faucet, so you'll always have water when you need it. Cloud's recovery rate is 50%, meaning that 1 gallon of water is wasted for every 1 gallon of water that's purified. So while it's not as efficient as the AquaTru, it's still the most efficient conventional under sink RO that I've come across. It's got a sturdy modern design that uses BPA-free food-grade plastic and comes with a lead-free stainless steel faucet. And it's certified for material safety as a component of its NSF 58 certification, giving it an overall score of 10 in the design category. The system's smart features provide valuable information about its performance as well as your water consumption habits. Its dedicated app provides tons of cool info about the water quality, filter life, volume of water in the tank, and more. The setup and installation is more involved than a countertop RO like the AquaTru. It's an invasive installation that requires plumbing in a drain line and potentially drilling a hole in your countertop for a faucet if you don't already have one. And while the instructions are clear and easy to follow, folks who are less DIY inclined might find it more challenging, which is why it got a slightly lower score of 7.5 in this category. The good news is that maintenance is super easy, especially since the app sends you notifications when it's time to replace the filters. And it's affordable too, with an ongoing maintenance cost of just 26 cents per gallon, which achieved the highest score of 10 in this category. The Cloud RO comes with both a 1-year warranty and an impressive 1-year money-back guarantee as well. And shipping is free to the continental US, resulting in an overall company score of 9.4, which is actually the best score in this category out of all the water filters we've tested to date. So maybe you like the idea of an under sink RO system, but maybe you don't have the space for a bulky water storage tank, in which case you might be interested in a tankless system. The Waterdrop G series comes in third place with a high 9.21 overall score. Our test data showed that it eliminated 100% of fluoride, chlorine, arsenic, fluoride, copper, lead, manganese, potassium, and selenium in our water. It also greatly reduced more than 80% of nitrate, barium, calcium, magnesium, strontium, and sodium. The system is performance certified by IATMO to NSF 42 for the reduction of chlorine, 53 for PFOA and PFOS, and 58 for TDS, fluoride, cadmium, hexavalent chromium, selenium, barium, and radium. So it's currently got the one-up on the Cloud RO, but its certifications aren't as extensive as the AquaTru's. These certifications, along with its strong performance in our own real-world test, awarded the G3 with a score of 9.28 for its contaminant reduction. Its fast filtration rate is capable of providing 800 gallons per day and received top marks, although if we're being real, the average residential need will never be anywhere near this volume of water. It secured a 9.7 for design, which includes official material safety certifications. It has built-in TDS meters on the faucet and body of the unit for monitoring the performance of the filters, a built-in filter life tracker, and an inline UV stage to protect against recontamination of the filtered water being dispensed. One of the drawbacks is that it's missing a built-in remineralization filter. Waterdrop sells one that's installed on the external water line and costs extra. Installing the system took us just over an hour and a half from start to finish, and it got a lower setup score of 7 due to the more complicated installation requirements of under sink ROs. But it scored a 10 for maintenance because, again, there's a smart filter life tracker and changing the filters is super easy and affordable at just 11 cents per gallon. Waterdrop as a company scored 8.65, which is based on its 1-year warranty, 30-day returns policy, and free shipping to most US states. And for those of you who have been considering some of Waterdrop's other products, we recently tested the X12, one of their newest X series RO systems, and wouldn't recommend it as a comparable alternative to the G series. Aside from the fact that it only reduced fluoride by 80%, it appeared to introduce antimony into our purified water, and the steep $1,300 price tag doesn't justify the upgraded features. Now, if you like the idea of filtered water on demand, but you're turned off by some of the drawbacks of reverse osmosis, you may want to consider the clearly filtered direct connect under sink filter. It's a great choice if you want to remove fluoride and other contaminants, but you don't want the water waste, pH reduction, or demineralization associated with reverse osmosis. The system got an overall score of 9.18, making it the highest scoring non-RO water filter that we've tested so far. It proved highly capable in our testing, removing 100% of fluoride, as well as uranium, chloroform, barium, and strontium. It also reduced nitrate and sulfate and eliminated chlorine tastes and odors. We only had a couple of disappointments, the first being that calcium, a healthy taste-enhancing mineral, was reduced by over 92%, most likely due to the use of an ion exchange resin in one of the filters. And second, while the system is certified for the reduction of chlorine by the WQA, that's the only performance certification it holds, which brought its overall contaminant reduction score down a notch to 8.98. The clearly filtered under sink system has a decent filtration rate of 1.08 gallons per minute, which is pretty average for a direct connect system like this, so it scored 9 in this category. The unit itself consists of a main housing bracket where 3 filters are attached, which is made of sturdy BPS and BPA-free materials. It doesn't have any of the smart features that the RO systems do, but its high-quality design and certifications for material safety and being lead-free earned it a respectable 9.7. Installing this unit was much quicker and easier than an RO system. It took us less than 15 minutes total, including a 5-minute flush of the filters, which gave it a score of 9.5 for its easy setup. Maintenance is equally straightforward, and while there are no built-in filter change reminders, all 3 filters have the same lifespan and can be replaced at the same time. Plus, the system's ongoing cost is affordable at 22 cents per gallon, giving it a high score of 9.75 in the maintenance category. Clearly Filtered stands out from similar brands with its impressive 24-month warranty, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping to all states. These combined give it a high company score of 9. If you want to remove fluoride and other contaminants from the water for every faucet, shower head, and appliance in your home, you should definitely check out the SoftPro Chlorine+Fluoride filter, which earned an overall score of 9.13. It's the only whole house water filtration system that we've tested so far that effectively reduces fluoride. In fact, it did a great job overall at reducing the contaminants in our water, securing a score of 9.42 for contaminant reduction. In our testing, it completely removed fluoride, as well as chlorine, chloroform, aluminum, nickel, zinc, and a PFAS chemical, MEFBSA, and also reduced copper by 97%. The only letdown is that it's not performance certified, so it's missing that reliable third-party proof of performance from an official organization. The SoftPro filter has an impressively high maximum flow rate of 14 gallons per minute, and we saw no difference in our water pressure after installing it, so it got the top score of 10 in this category. It isn't quite as impressive in the design category, which got an 8.4. While it's solidly built and supposedly uses certified components, it's lacking a material safety certification as a whole. Plus, it scored a low 7 for setup because the process is challenging and involves an invasive installation at the home's main water line. On the plus side, it stands out in the maintenance category with a high score of 9.75. The media has a capacity of up to 1 million gallons, providing years of use before it needs to be changed, and we calculated the system's ongoing cost at just 1/10 of a cent per gallon. SoftPro offers a lifetime warranty for the unit's control valve and tank, plus free shipping in the US on all orders over $75. But if you want to return the system for a refund, SoftPro will charge you the original shipping cost and a 25% restocking fee, which dragged down their overall company score to 8.65. The Waterdrop King Tank is a good option for folks who want a countertop fluoride reduction solution that stores a lot of water, but doesn't use electricity or produce reject water like reverse osmosis. This stainless steel gravity-fed unit has minimal plastic components and achieved a high 9.1 overall score. In addition to fluoride, it completely eliminated aluminum, chloroform, lead, manganese, and chlorine, and significantly reduced barium and copper. However, the lack of performance certification brought its overall contaminant reduction score down to 9.51. For gravity-fed systems, the King tank actually provides quick filtration at 4 gallons per hour, which earned it a score of 10. It uses the same basic design as many of the other stainless steel gravity systems you've probably seen, like Berkey and others. However, they've included a few things that the others don't, like a glass spigot so you can see the water level and a nice stand to hold the unit. Now, Waterdrop says the King tank is made of thickened stainless steel, but to me, it feels a little bit thinner and more flimsy compared to some of the other ones I've tested. While the steel sight glass spigot is a nice touch, it still has a plastic dispenser piece, so it's not entirely plastic free. And not to mention the fact that the fluoride reduction filters are submerged in the filtered water in the bottom chamber. Combined with its NSF ANSI 372 iAtmo certification, the King tank received an overall design score of 9.4. The setup is a bit trickier than others and received a lower score of 6.5, primarily due to the annoying filter priming requirement. If you don't have the specific priming tool or have a modern faucet that it doesn't work with, getting the filters to prime can be a huge pain in the butt. This also lowered its overall maintenance score for the same reason. However, its super low filter replacement cost of only 6 cents per gallon helped boost it to 8.5. And finally, it received the exact same company score of 8.65 as the G3 for the same company policies I already mentioned. Now, some folks might prefer a gravity-fed system, but might not have room for one of these large stainless steel units. The clearly filtered pitcher was one of the few water filter pitchers we tested that could actually reduce fluoride, achieving an overall score of 8.78. It also eliminated chlorine, copper, phosphorus, and uranium, and reduced barium, strontium, molybdenum, and nitrate. It's only performance certified to reduce a few substances though, chlorine, PFOA, and PFOS, which is just a fraction of all the contaminants the manufacturer claims it will reduce. I should also mention that cobalt was detected in our water post-filtration, which combined with the lackluster certifications impacted the overall contaminant reduction score and brought it down to 8.24. It boasts an impressive filtration rate, topping the charts at 2.27 gallons per hour, earning a perfect score of 10. It also received high marks for design with a score of 9.7. It's made of high-quality, BPA-free Triton plastic, and the overall setup is fairly straightforward. However, unlike some of the other pitchers, these filters need to be primed before use, which adds an extra step. And while a special bag is included to simplify the priming, it does take a little bit longer, which slightly lowered its ease of setup score to 9.5. Now, maintenance itself is a breeze, but the cost of filter replacements is higher at around 55 cents per gallon, bringing the overall maintenance score to 8.75. And again, Clearly Filtered truly shine with their company offerings, where it racked up an impressive score of 9 for the same reasons I already mentioned about their under sink system. Finally, I want to recommend ZeroWater as another one of the best gravity-fed filters to remove fluoride from your drinking water. While Clearly Filtered sells just one pitcher model, ZeroWater sells multiple pitcher and dispenser sizes, which all use the exact same high-performing filter cartridge. In our testing, the ZeroWater pitcher got an overall score of 8.62. However, they also offer a glass dispenser option, which received a slightly higher score of 8.74. It provided strong contaminant reduction in our testing, completely eliminating most metals and inorganics, including fluoride, from our water. However, a disinfection byproduct was detected in the filtered water, suggesting it might not do so well with organic chemicals and negatively impacting its score in this most important category. Now, ZeroWater claims to reduce 24 contaminants, including fluoride, and provides independent performance test data on their website. However, it only holds official performance certifications for the reduction of 6 contaminants, fluoride not being one of them. It's good to also note that while ZeroWater is designed to reduce harmful contaminants, it also reduces beneficial minerals like calcium and magnesium. Our own test results combined with their official certifications provided the ZeroWater filters with a contaminant reduction score of 8.34. The ZeroWater filters had a pretty quick filtration rate of 2.62 gallons per hour in our testing, based on its ability to filter 0.391 gallons in 8 minutes and 56 seconds, which earned a top score of 10. In terms of design, the pitcher vessel earned an 8.8 because it's certified for material safety and made of BPA-free polypropylene. The glass dispenser earned a higher score of 10 because it uses much less plastic. It earned a near perfect score of 9.5 for its ease of setup because there's no need to prime or otherwise prepare the filter before you use it. Just open the bag, screw it on, and you're ready to go. And of course, we always recommend thoroughly washing any water filter vessel before use as well. ZeroWater's maintenance score, however, took a hit, coming in at 8.25. This is due to the expensive ongoing filter replacement cost of 70 cents per gallon, the most expensive out of all the filters we've tested to date. And finally, their company score is also on the lower end at just 7.5 due to their shorter 90-day warranty for vessels and 30-day warranty for filters, free shipping that's limited to orders above $60 in the continental US only, and a lack of money-back guarantee or return policy. So if you want to remove fluoride from your water, there are plenty of different options depending on your own personal needs, preferences, and budget. Remember that all of these water filters performed exceptionally well and removed 100% of the fluoride in our own testing. Now, I generally recommend reverse osmosis as the best treatment process for fluoride reduction. The AquaTru is my #1 recommendation because it performed the best out of all the water filters I've tested so far, and its certifications are the most extensive. That said, I know not everyone will be looking for a countertop RO system, so that's why I've highlighted different systems for different needs. If you own your home and are able to install a more permanent solution, I definitely recommend an under-sink reverse osmosis system like the Cloud RO or Waterdrop G series instead. The major advantage here is that they filter water on demand and don't require constant filling and emptying of tanks like the countertop versions. Or if you want fluoride-free water from every faucet, a whole house system like the SoftPro Chlorine+Fluoride filter is going to be your best bet. But if you want a system that doesn't require electricity or has minimal plastic components, I recommend looking into the Waterdrop King tank. And if you're on a budget or don't have that much counter space, the clearly filtered pitcher or ZeroWater dispenser are a good place to start. And if you want to dive deeper into the details of how each of these systems performed in our own real-life testing, you can check out our comprehensive reviews of each. There are videos on all of them, so click or tap to keep watching.